Hello, welcome to this session on accountability. By the end of the session, you should be able to understand accountability and its necessity in public procurement. Accountability basically refers to the situation where public procurement systems provide a platform or a means to which interested parties can establish whether government is meeting its objectives in terms of procurement or public procurement, such that reports are being published and then there is transparency in terms of information provided with respect to bidding documents as well as the criteria being used to evaluate tenders. So stakeholders, which include suppliers and the general public, should be able to ascertain whether whatever the public procurement system has stipulated is what is being reflected in their actual execution of public procurement processes. Anybody who may be interested in public procurement include the general public as well as tenderers or suppliers, and then in terms of international systems, other states. Accountability is basically a means to achieve the objectives of a public procurement system, such as value for money and integrity. Also, it should be noted that in addition to accountability being a means to achieve other objectives, it could also stand on its own as an objective of public procurement system. So accountability and transparency are interrelated because accountability is the process of being transparent about your processes or your activities in terms of public procurement activities or proceedings. In conducting accountability, certain outcomes are being realized in public procurement systems, one of which include transparency, playing some role in the prevention of corruption and making it more difficult for the culprits who conduct such corrupt practices to go away with it. Because in the end, since there will be systems to establish the veracity or the truthfulness of the procurement process, one cannot go away with a violation or an engagement in corruption when the system facilitates that there is an objective criteria to establish the proceedings or processes that were used to acquire goods and services. Accountability also helps to restore faith in the system for contractors especially, as well as taxpayers, by allowing them to see what exactly transpires in the government contracting era, because funds are made available by taxpayers, and contractors are also key stakeholders in public procurement proceedings because in the end, the public dominantly buys or acquires goods from the public or from private suppliers. So if there is little room or no room for favoritism and there is enhanced transparency of public procurement activities, various stakeholders, which include taxpayers and suppliers, would have faith in any public procurement system because in the end there is no favoritism amongst their co-equals. Governments may accept cost to accountability mechanisms, for instance, the cost of publishing information or loss of value for money from reducing discretion. So because accountability is key in ensuring or achieving some of the other objectives of public procurement, government invests resources to ensure that if they have to print or make available documents to the public to know that this is what is going on in the public procurement proceedings, they will invest that amount of money to do that because in the end, the cost of doing so would restore faith in the system and will avoid problems from concealing of information. So this session has basically explained or described accountability in terms of the need for public procurement practitioners to make public all their proceedings involved in acquiring goods, works, and services.